people are giving up. And I am so excited to be here. Thank you so much for having me, and I can't wait to even meet the other women and learn from them.
Yeah, thank you, Rose. I think we are going to ask Rose questions, yeah, so that you can get good value from her. So, Rose, how did you start your business? What inspired you? You know, and even as you think about all that you've managed to achieve right now, what has been driving you? I mean, some of us start something, you know, with so much passion and so much energy, and then a few months down the line, we give up. So, what has been your story? What has kept you going? You know, what has been inspiring you?
So for me, I started my business a little bit over 13 years ago as a makeup artist. So as a young girl, I completely loved everything beauty. And I remember like going to my sister's salon. So I come from Meru. My sister had a salon back in Meru, and I would run all the way to her salon after school to just watch her work. Now, what I loved is the after. You know, when a woman looked in the mirror, and my sister is a hairstylist. So right now she's a celebrity hairstylist in the States, one of the best. You know, and I loved watching her work. She worked with so much passion. And what really caught my attention is the way women reacted. You know, most people will say beauty is vague. You know, lipsticks are vague, mafuta is vague. But trust you me, beauty is very personal to women. If you want to get closer to a woman, tell her she's beautiful. Show her she's beautiful, and that's it. So, like the people who do it for the money, for me, I actually do it for the money plus to actually add value to women, to show women, empower women, especially. And the funny thing is, even most people in salons and the beauty industry don't understand this. Most women that go to get their nails done and hair done and makeup done have something pushing them to go over there. It's either they're tired, they're running away from something, they had a fight with their spouse, having a long day at work, they just need to relax. So having that at the back of my mind, I actually make women relax. You know, I get personal with my clients. So for me, I realized every time a woman came and got her makeup done, it changed the way she viewed herself. Like when she came in, like some clients will come in, they're not smiling and everything. After you do their makeup, you know, they start chatting up, you know, they open up, they are smiling, they are happy, some of them cry. So for me, that gets me. That makes me look forward to my job every day. And just starting up as a makeup artist has opened so many doors for me. And I remember when I started in the industry, we were like only 3 or 4 makeup artists, but I think 3. So it was pretty hard for me to get through. And as you know, the beauty industry is filled with women. So women ile kufungia na milango, you know, it's not easy. Women blocking you, you know. Like I remember one time I went to this, there's a makeup artist who was shooting something. I really wanted to watch her work. And the first thing she asked me is, how come I've never seen you, you know, before? How come I've never heard of you? You know, she really tried to make me feel like I was nothing. You know, it actually broke me a little bit. But for me, I want to change the way women view each other. I want to change the way women feel. Ella, that's Ella. That's Rubiella. So I want to change the way women view themselves. And by the way, makeup and beauty is not meant to change how a woman looks. It's meant to empower the woman. It's meant to enhance how she feels about herself. I mean, you know, people don't have to tell you you're beautiful. You know, every woman is beautiful in their own way. But if I can use my skill to actually make a woman smile, a woman who takes care of the family, takes care of everyone and forgets herself, then why not? So I decided to make a business out of it, and Makeup by Rose has grown into something huge, something I would never have imagined. You know, like I started with by myself for 3 years, and now I have so many people. I have staff, I have reps all over the country, and I'm planning to open other branches. And it's so exciting, like something as simple as beauty can actually change lives. You know, like before people said beauty was vague, but once you understand how women feel about beauty, trust you me, all the women here, kila mtu in your handbags, you have either a gloss, hata kama ni ya remi, ile ya ng'ombe. You know, it makes you feel a certain way. So that's beauty at the end of the day. So beauty is personal to women. And for me, I decided to make a business out of it.
That is so brilliant. And I've posted a question down there on the chat for just all of us to think, how does your business make your clients feel about themselves? Because whatever we are selling is supposed to change lives, to make a difference. They're just listening to Rose in terms of the impact she wants to bring besides what she sells. Yeah, that is very, very inspiring. Yeah, and of course, Rose, maybe the other thing you can also share with us is how did your business manage to navigate through COVID? I just saw your story in terms of a success story during a pandemic, during a crisis when people were shutting down. There was actually a growth and a leap in your business. How did that happen? What was the magic? When we are trying to stay alive, Rose is making more money. What was the magic in your business?
So here's the thing. I think everyone was hit by Corona, like in a big way. Like for me, the first 3 weeks, I was in total confusion. Like I didn't know if I was going to die. I didn't know if we were all going to die. So we were trying to understand this monster. You understand? So, but then I remembered the one thing that my mother told me, like if you're still alive and breathing, you have to find a solution. Now remember, like for us, we do. I ran the first makeup school in Kenya. So we before Corona, we were training more than 200 students per month. Okay. Now students ran away. Some of them had fee balances. Okay. People had bookings. They canceled bookings. Ama postponed them, and they were like, once Corona ikiisha, we will come back. Now remember, siju Corona kama itaisha 2027. So it was a terrible, terrible time. So, but imagine, the good thing is, it's very good in business, especially in beauty business, to be versatile, to be flexible, to do more than one thing. That way, if one thing fails, you're able to make money from the other one. So for us, the training part of the business was badly hit, because people were scared. No one wants you to touch their face. No one wants you to do their makeup. No one wants you to breathe near them. Okay, so that part we were really hit. Now I remembered, like my people they were really scared because they had news of people being fired all over the place. Like they would come and I would hear them discussing. That's my staff now, my girls. I would hear them discussing and saying, "Oh my gosh, I don't think Rose will keep us because sasa tutapata pesa wapi, atapata pesa ya kutulipa wapi." And then I went home and prayed about it. I spoke to my husband and then I was like, "What are we going to do?" Everyone, even friends that I know that have been running businesses longer than me, are firing people. They're letting people go. I'm cutting salaries down by 30%. So what do we do? And then for me, there's one thing that I've learned. Like I learned this from my mother. Like always treat people the way we would love to be treated. So I have children, I have children that I feed. I have a family that I feed. And when I look at them, imagine if someone fired me. Imagine if I woke up to tomorrow and there was no makeup. How would I feed my children? Now I looked at my staff and I was like, some of them have children, some of them take care of their parents because they actually tell me like about their lives and stuff like that. So I was like, if I fire them, what's going to happen? If I cut down their salaries, what's going to happen? So I sat them down. I called a meeting. We actually prayed together, and then we're like, we are going to make it somehow. So we started weighing everything down. We're like, okay, the training is hit. The products are still there. So now we have both makeup and skincare. Now at that time, I didn't have the Rubiella makeup. I only had the Rubiella skincare. So we went crazy on social media marketing. We started calling people, like clients, calling back clients, following up. And imagine that's how we survived. Now the funny thing, instead of anyone getting their salaries slashed, they actually got promotions, like almost all of them. They got salary increments. And I like, rewarding hard work, and they worked so hard. We had a plan and it worked. And I think when it comes to business, you have to work with God when it comes to your business, because you cannot do it alone. Like this COVID thing, trust me, I have friends who've been there longer than me. Some of them have packed up and gone back to shags, and it's so hard. And when someone does that, you cannot blame them because everyone reacts differently to situations. Now, this situation, hakuna formula. This corona thing, there's no formula, by the way. You just have to have faith and work hard. Now, the only way it affected me, I had to work 10 times harder. I was not sleeping. I was posting all over social media. And then I realized the training part has been hit. So I let go of the training kidogo, started marketing the product like crazy, put offers and all that. So for me, I would say the way that I've survived Corona, number one, is by faith. Number two, having faith in my staff. And then number three, not giving up. Not giving up.
That is so inspiring, Rose. Having faith in God, having faith in yourself, and of course the people you're working with, and of course not giving up. Yeah, that is very profound. Yeah, and Rose, when you look at where you are, and in terms of just the resilience, the fact that you don't give up even when things are tough, do you attribute that in something more? Because I know there's so many things in terms of even our beliefs that usually determine what we do when we're probably in a crisis or anything. Now, I know, of course, there's the God factor, but just looking back at yourself, what makes you resilient? What makes you feel good about yourself even when things are not so good? What makes you see beyond yourself and just see another group of people that you need to inspire and you need to fight with? And there's a statement I saw today about this statement of, you should be kind to people because they are going through a tough time when you meet them on the streets. And then the quote was saying, no, I will not be kind on you. I will actually be tenacious and persistent. We will go and fight that battle with you. That is the next level. Instead of just being kind to you and let you fight your own battle in peace, I'll come alongside you and fight with you. And when you look at yourself, is that a skill you've built? Were you born with it? Like where does that resilient Rose come from?
So for me, I think I know you know my story. It's where I've come from, the things I've gone through. Let me tell you something. Kama umelala njaa siku tatu, trust me. Once an opportunity comes your way, you will grab it and never look back. So for me, that's the issue because of the things that I've been through. When I started my career, things were not easy. I've sold nyanyas and onions in Korogosho. I have sold popcorn in the street, with city council running after me I was like 1 GB. So nilikuwa nakimbia ni kama nani. So the things that I've been through push me never to give up. I always say I have that never say die attitude, and it doesn't matter what I'm going through, I will come through out of it, because where I am right now is not where I was a couple of years ago, and there's no way in hell I will let myself go back to that position. So like sometimes I look at my kids and I'm like, oh my God. Like I remember that time taking porridge for a whole week and then throwing up water. Like there's no way I will let my kids go through this. I will teach my kids to work. I will work hard for them. Like even when I'm tired. Like by the way, last night I was in a meeting in a Zoom meeting from 12 a.m. to 2:45 a.m. and I still had a client at 8 a.m. in the morning. And you don't feel sorry for yourself. I will sleep on Friday. Sitakufa. I might be tired, but I won't die because you know what you're working for. So as long as if you have something at the back of your mind, like where you've come from, you will never look back. You will only look forward. And now the problem with young people these days, and especially young women, is number one, not having focus, number two, not having a plan, and then number three, giving up easily. You don't give up. When you hit a wall, you just, like the one thing that I realized is there are not very many opportunities. You have to make the opportunities. People keep saying doors of opportunities. Mara mingi by the itabidi ugonge hiyo ukuta ujenge mlango. That's how it works. Sometimes people are waiting for opportunities when there are none. You have to make your own opportunities. So that's what I do. For me, I never see anything as impossible. I trust in God, and I know as long as I have 2 eyes and 2 arms and 2 legs, I can do anything. Nothing is impossible. So as a woman, we have so many responsibilities every day, things that we do, not for ourselves. Sometimes many times we take care of other people and forget ourselves. And at the same time, hold down a job. Like the one thing that pushes us as women is the people that are looking up to us. That might be your employees, that might be your family back in charge and all that. So for me, what I've gone through and my experiences in the past is like the stuff that I've done to get to where I am. They push me to be better. They push me never to give up.
Wow, that's very inspiring, Rose. And just looking at yourself as we wrap this up, are you where you had wanted to be? Are you hungry for more? Like what will be your dream? Like where will you be? Like looking back at 20 years, when all that was going on and you never thought you would be here. Then where do you see yourself in another 20 years? And what's in the pipeline to make it just happen and to keep on driving and rolling and pushing towards there? So what is the bigger picture of Rose? I know that's a hard one. Yeah, but I just want to get inspired that sometimes you get successful and then you just settle there and you build a monument there. Is it the same case for you? Are you happy with where you are?
Oh my God, I am not even halfway where I want to go. Sasa ndio nimefika, like I'm at a quarter right now, because like my I want to spread Makeup by Rose. I keep saying Makeup by Rose to the world. So this year I want to open at least 3 branches in different towns. And then also I want, you see, like the Rubiela, we have 40 products, the makeup. I've only launched 5. So I want to launch the rest by the end of the year. So for me, I'm only quarter way. I'm not even half. So I have so much that I need to do before I can say I'm taking a 3-month leave. I've never taken a leave. I don't even know how it feels. I can't wait. So for me, there is so much in store, and not only for me, for the people around me. I want to have the full Rubiela line. I want to open Rubiela shops, like only Rubiela shops all over the country. I just want to do so much. I get
Jane,
really
and
excited.
please help us, guys. Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. So I'm saying I get really excited when I think about the things that I can do. But like launching the rest of the makeup line is in the works, and I'm so excited. So 40 products are already done. So we've already launched 5. We still have 35 to go. So I will launch all of them by the end of the year, and then also I will open at least three branches across the country.
Wow, that is very inspiring. And Rose, maybe one more parting shot.
Yes.
To just wrap this up. Do you have low moments? Do you have times that you probably felt like giving up, even in building this amazing brand? And probably how did you pick yourself up? Because I know sometimes some of us, especially when you get to the vision, place of discouragement, and then you just feel like, you know what, let me call it a day. Let me go back and look for a job. I've been there as well in my coaching work. Or I go back to Meru, but at least you have somewhere to go back to. Me, I'm not going back to Nyahururu, so I'll just think of getting another job.
Oh my God.
And those moments, like how do you just bounce back or probably crawl back? Yeah, because sometimes it's not just the bounce. How do you come back from down moments? Do you have them, first of all? And how do you go through them?
I have those moments, like serious ones. And like, for me, it's the same thing. Like what I think about where God has gotten me and where God has put me right now. And I'm like, if he did that, he can still do more. So like in business, when you have a family and business, there's very low moments. You just have to bounce back, because like my kids are looking up to me, my business is looking up to me. So those moments, I just think about where I've come from. I keep thinking about that popcorn machine. I keep thinking about those nyanyas and onions in Korogosho, and I'm like, I've come from far. God, if God has done this, he can do more. So that's how I get through my days.
Wow, that's very profound, Rose. And thanks for making time for this. Yeah, I know sometimes evenings are busier times for your biashara, and here you are inspiring us. We really thank God for your life. Yeah, and for your business, the fact that it's that brand that we are looking up to and admiring. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing the evening with us. Yeah, do we have anybody who has questions for Rose? Maybe you can ask them on the chat, or you can probably unmute and ask any questions, anything you want to learn, you want to know. Yeah, we'll be happy to respond to that. Yeah, and I was just sharing how, yeah, for me, I almost went back to Nyahururu at one time. Like the times that you're trying to recruit, nothing is working, nothing is happening. And I know some of us, especially the ones who are in business, those moments come. And even if you're employed, sometimes you just feel like I should tender in a resignation. And then when you go back to the evening, you imagine being kicked out of the house that you're living with, and you're like, no, acha tu nivumilie kidogo. So if you've ever been in those moments, please keep the questions coming. We will just take time to answer them later, probably after the next session. Yeah, then we'll just, Rose will come back and answer the ones that you'd like her to answer. Yeah, I can see very noise, Matt, but I'm trying to catch up. Yeah, thank you, Shiko. Yeah, thanks, Shiko. We really appreciate you for joining in. Yeah, she's in a noisy matatu and she's still here. I really appreciate you. I know many of us are here superficially. Yeah, so we're going to take time to answer that. Yeah, thank you, Rose. Yeah, I think what we will do for now, don't go far, Rose. I know you'll hang around, and then probably you can answer some few questions for us before we are done.
I'm coming back.
Did you want to sign off? All right.
Yes, I'm coming back in a few minutes.
Thank you. All right. Sawa. Yeah, so we'll ask questions. You will probably, you can also share your story that is inspiring. Like I said, I know some of us are here tonight and you've made some mileage. You know, you're not at the bottom in terms of entrepreneurship. Some of us are here. You're making amazing progress. Yeah, please share your story as well on the chat, or you can even take this opportunity to just share something and inspire us. Yeah, so I'm going to give that opportunity and give that chance for 1 minute. Yeah, we don't have anyone else. We will just go ahead and then you can keep on asking the questions you have, especially concerning just onboarding the technology part. Like I said, tomorrow and Wednesday, I'll also be sharing some of the things I have learned. I actually decided to outsource that end of my business. Yeah, because I realized it really takes a lot of my time in terms of the business posts. I know some of you are interested to know how digital marketing works and how you can get on top of it. And I also do mine as well. Yeah, probably not as diligently as I should. But then whatever I'm going to share with you is what I have learned from the digital strategists in a way that it's very practical knowledge that we shall be learning tomorrow. And I'm so glad that we made it. I know some of us are joining from all over. Maybe you are on your way home. Some of us are hanging around the office and hoping the coffee won't catch up with us. And of course, some of us are working from home, which is really amazing. And at this time, I want to invite our next guest, this amazing guy from CDI Gadgets called Gideon. Let me just give us a sneak preview of Gideon's profile, yeah, so that you can just know who Gideon is and what he's about. From the current side, yeah, here we are. This is Rose, makeup by Rose, and then drum rolls. Can we do the fireworks thing again? Yeah, don't get tired. Tonight, you guys are my cheering squad for this session. So I want you to throw your reactions. Let us just throw some fireworks for Gideon as well. He's coming to share his business ideas with us. Yeah, I can see them coming. Just throw them on your profile. You can just go to the reactions and throw it. Yeah, we can see them coming. Yeah, thank you guys. Yeah, Rachel has actually thrown it on the chat. Yeah, let's celebrate Gideon and just celebrate them offering their time and of course things that battles they fought now huko nyuma. We are only seeing the success and probably the glory of it. So Gideon is the CEO of CDI Gadgets, and CDI is chasing dreams in corporation. I'm an incorporate. Yeah, Gideon will come and clarify that. Yeah, and founded this in 2016. This guy called Gideon Riongo. You can see him on the screen and you can see him on the chat as well. Yeah, sorry guys, the screen is misbehaving. Sawa. So he's the founder of CDI Gadgets, and he had this eureka moment. Everybody has a story, and not just a story, everybody has a smartphone as well. And so it doesn't matter whether you're an entrepreneur or all those entrepreneurs we've mentioned a while ago, or a subsistence farmer, or a livestock farmer, or a fisherman, or a teacher, or a preacher, or a trader. You're working in an office, you're a manufacturer, you're an artist or content creator. We all have stories, and stories that should be shared with the world. That is the slogan of CDI Gadgets. And I was telling Gideon, come and tell us about all the amazing things you sell. You know, in CDI Gadgets, he was like, no, I'm not coming to sell anything. I'm just coming to tell you guys how you can tell amazing stories about your business. I also loved this. Let me just share it for a sec. It's there. It's just like a short video that is very catchy that I really love, just telling their story in a few seconds. Is it playing on your end? Yeah, my screen has decided to disappoint me. Okay, let me just minimize it. Wait. Oh no, Gideon, this video of mine is not taking off. I'm not even giving up. Let me refresh it, try again.
All right. Take your time.
Oh yeah, there we are going. Sorry guys, imagine I've played it like 10 times. Just put it all. Yeah, so Gideon is here to show us and help us to make our stories and to just tell the stories of our lives, our businesses, yeah, in a powerful, powerful way. And thanks, Gideon, for making time for this. The first time I met Gideon, I had been referred by my friend Wanyugi, who runs a program called Still a Mom. She told me, Paps, you need to go and get your nini. Was saying, my stand for the phone and her ring light. You know, they were so cool. By then, they were not as popular as they are right now. CDI Gadgets, sold them to her. And then I went to CDI. Yeah, and then I met Gideon and I was just like interested. Can you guys film me? And he was like, no, we are here to teach you how to film yourself. And I was like, these guys are rude. And actually, by the time I was living there, I was feeling empowered. You know, they train you how to tell your own stories using your own gadgets. Yeah, so they have a studio and all these amazing things that Gideon will share. But the bottom line is that you're the best person to tell the story of your business, the stories of your life that will inspire the people you want to connect with. And so, Gideon, please go ahead and just share with us about all this. And of course, you can go to CDI Gadgets, you can go to Makeup by Rose. I shared the links and we'll share them again so that you can just follow their businesses and see what they are doing and how you can network with them. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Thanks, Paps, for this opportunity. Thank you so much. So I usually have told you to get another video. They'll get definitely send you another video, but thank you so much for this platform. So I'm Gideon, CEO CDI Gadgets. My background is marketing, but nowadays I'm a content marketer. I want you guys to remember that content marketing, because that's what I'm going to be talking about. And that is what made the biggest difference in our company. So how did CDI start? 4 years ago, actually. 4 years ago, we were actually invited to go to KTN by Weekly. Then there used to be a show called Lifestyle. I don't know whether it's there or not. So they wanted to talk to us about a small camera called a GoPro, right? So we go to this interview, we have an interview, it was fantastic. Then afterwards, Weekly asked me, Gideon, you know what? I want to start telling my own story, and I don't want to have a big camera or what. And that was my aha moment. If Weekly from KTN can't afford a whole team to do content, I mean, how many other businesses don't have all these tools to create their own contents? So that is how the big and short of how CDI started. And later on, we started doing content. We didn't want to sell stuff and put pictures and on Instagram and on website every other day. We wanted to find a story that you can infuse with a company. And I wanted something that someone can come and say, yeah, I followed you guys. I see what you're doing. I see the value you're doing. And I want to come and purchase something. I wanted a company to be a brand. I didn't just want us to sell things. And years and years of doing that, this is where we are. CDI Gadgets, our business is really enabling biashara, entrepreneurs, those all types of entrepreneurs I've seen Paps talking about, to be able to tell their own story and market themselves on a digital platform. I'm sure if there's any entrepreneur here, you've heard that saying that we need to be digital right now. We need to do this. We need to be tech savvy. And I'm coming to tell you, yes, actually, unafaa kuingia kitambo sana, because this is where the business will be. If it's business right now, this is where the business will be in the next 5 years to come. And actually, before I even start, I want to ask yourself, you guys who are listening, that's this one question. 5 years from now, 5 years in now, where do I want to be on a digital platform? What do I need to do to be on a digital platform? And that's what, if I was given a chance to talk to a lady who is starting a bakery, an entrepreneur, and you're always asking yourself, Mimi Tanzaji, where do I start to tell my own story? That's where we were 5 years ago, asking ourselves the same question. How do we tell a story about our business that leads to an economic or that makes money? That's what we need to do what it is, right? So that's where we were 5 years ago. And that's where probably some of you, or even some of you I know, like perhaps are already on that journey, is that how do I create content? How do I market myself? How do I market myself as a professional, as a business? How do I start? And the one thing I'll tell you where you start is here. It's this thing that I'm holding, that every one of you is probably looking at or using to see this the webinar or seminar. You start with your phone. That's where it started for us. We said if everyone has a phone, a smartphone, which has a camera, and which can record a picture or a movie or a clip, that's where you should start. So for every one of you who is asking, Gideon, how do I go digital? Imagine it starts with this. We're not asking you to go and take and buy a camera or, get a team. We're just asking you, what can you tell us about yourself, about your content, and put it on a digital platform? Even me 5 years ago, I was not very comfortable, recording stuff and being on pictures, but I had to, because why? I want to make content for our business. So if it is you starting now, the reason I'm kindly asking you, and you want to ask yourself, how do I get myself on a digital platform, is by making stories. Video is very powerful. And you need to start making content of videos about what you're doing, about your business, about your whatever journey it is you are. At Kwambi, you're asking you to post in Java. No, you're just telling you to tell us about your business and what you're doing in your business. Who are you in your business? What are you doing? Right? That is the sort of content we are asking you to start creating. If 5 years from now, as someone asks you, if I told you in 5 years, let me actually just repeat this again. If I told you in 5 years, you could the one who is speaking here is Coach Paps, because you're on a platform, in whatever field that you are, whether you're as a coach, whether as a business, whether as a professional, whichever field you are, that in 5 years, someone can ask you to come and talk about something, about what you're talking about on another platform. What does it take for you to start doing so that in 5 years, you'll be on a digital platform, selling your merchandise, content, whatever it is on a digital platform? What would it take you to start doing that? For most of you people, you are searching for a way out of your jobs, out of your 9-to-5 jobs. This is the way to go. I mean, there's just no other way to put it. For some of you as a business, you're asking yourself, things are changing, especially right now in the time of COVID and COVID-19 and stuff. How will my business survive? And I'm telling you right now, it is not as hard as people pretend to be. You can start. All you need to start is creating content. We cannot be posting pictures of things, we need to create more than that. What is content marketing, for some of you are asking? Is infusing stories with your business to a point where mtu hawezi jua unamuuzia ama unamuentertain ama what are you doing. Let me ask you, how many of you today, if I go on your Instagram, I'll see a list of influencers, content that you're consuming. But I can tell you all those people are selling you something. So by the time we end up with you today, I want yourself, Juliza, if I don't learn anything, kindly, how can I learn to be a producer of content rather than a consumer of content? If I went and asked you, if you look at your Instagram, on your Instagram or YouTube and look at your feeds, instead of just consuming, I need you to ask yourself, how many times are these people posting this content? They all need to consume content every other day. How many times are they posting? What type of content are they posting? What did it take for them to post this sort of content? So I figure my message to you and what I talk about techno-savvy and, in the business, tech is there. We're not asking you to code. We're just telling you in the techno-savvy era, can you create content that you can be able to put on a digital platform and for people to be able to consume as a business. So that when people are competing with the Tichalo or the other influencers, I can be able to see some of your merchandise of what you're doing. Attention. What can I grab people's attention? And I tell the best way is to be social. You're consuming content on a social platform. So the funniest thing is that businesses, when people create content for businesses, they usually give us these very boring pictures and mundane, these things that tumetoka internet tunatupostia kila siku. But when you go on your social pages, you post something social. So you'll find people consuming on your social page, they'll click, they like, they'll comment, but they'll not comment on your business page. Why? Because you're not being social. I don't know if that makes sense to you, or if I'm talking, something that makes sense to a business entrepreneur somewhere. You need to start making content, please. If there's nothing else that you get from this talk or from me as CDI Gadgets, as a founder of CDI Gadgets, you need to start creating content consistently. You need to start creating content. You need to see what other influencers are doing. You need to buy yourself what you call equipments to shoot with your phone. But for a start, you can start with your phone. This is the basic. You know how you shoot your first content? You aim it like this and you shoot a video and you post it somewhere, or a product, or a process about your company. That's how you start by creating content. There's really nothing much more about that. I wanted to talk about this because people wanted to ask me, as Gideon, what are the basic needs DI needs to have to be able to create content with my phone? They are very simple. SAL, stability, audio, lighting. If you can get those basics, they are very simple, they are not expensive. You can start off. Actually, you can start off with your phone right now and then add those things as you start creating content. What is SAL? Stability. You need to put your phone somewhere. Right now, I'm actually using a ring light with a tripod over there. So why? So that my video does not shake whenever I'm creating content, right, people? So stability, anything that holds the phone. Secondly, lighting, very basic. Lighting, whether it's a ring light or it's a mini LED, you can do your research, you can come to a page and we can advise you, can consult. And thirdly, audio, I'm using something that's called a lapel. This is a 1,500 lapel. People, we can afford these things kindly. They are not that expensive. And as a CDI Gadgets, we tell people, please do not go and start buying a camera. You do not know even to edit with a camera. Learn how to edit this thing. And learn how to shoot a 3-minute video and edit on phone and post. The problem is, if I remember very well, Paps, if you remember when you came to a studio, you wanted to shoot a very professional video and you wanted us to shoot, and I had to sit down with you and tell you, Paps, please, history I could shoot. When you're starting off, this is what I tell people, when you're starting off, perfection will not get you there, please. All we need is a good audio and a bit of lighting. Just start off with whatever you have. Shoot hizo video zinakambaya and post. Actually, when you post, not see watu wengi sana wataziona, so it doesn't matter. Perfection in content creation comes with consistency and quantity. If you can shoot a video every other day, what would happen, perhaps, if you shoot for 30 consecutive days? You become better, right? You become better by consistency. You become better. So one, I told guys, content creation. Learn how to put stories in your content, in your biashara, so that it becomes palatable, it becomes social. Secondly, consistency. Start with whatever you have. If it is a kabambe, okay, maybe a kabambe might be a bit too low, but in anything that can shoot a video like a picture, you can start. Start creating content so that in 5 years' time, I can say you are an authority in this area. And you can be doing that from your space from home. You don't need a studio, that's a lie. You just need somewhere that is neatly done and good lighting and audio. That's it. If you shoot consistently, and this I'm telling to everyone, if you can shoot consistently for the next 5 years, you will be an authority figure in whichever field that you are in. When we started 5 years ago, this shop was nowhere. But right now, I'm not bragging, but we've been given platforms on Nation TV, Citizen, KTN, almost all of them. Not because you are really good actually at the videos that you do. No, it's because you've been consistently posting and shooting content about our products, about our story, about who we are, and about the things that you value that you want to add to our clients. Consistency, that story that your business is. changing life. That bakery, why my bakery is really nice. You know, we bake the best breads. This is the process. Those are the stories people want. Those are social stories I can follow as a, you know, as an observer of your brand. I'll be like, you know what, I think I can order something from these guys consistently over 5 years. And if you do that, for you, lady who is at home, probably wanted to, you know, start a career at home without going to a 9 to 5 a.m. That is a way to go. I have seen so many ladies who started 3 years ago. I'll give you a very good example. Anyone who can go right now can search for African tigress. 3 years ago, she was in a studio starting out, and right now she's relocating from Kenya and doing content around Africa. You can go and check that out. So many other places. Dr. Angelina Dawa, I think. Is that Angelina Joseph? Who started off as a doctor and now does consultancy only, without doing it, without even going to jobs, because of doing content consistently. Dr. Vundi, I saw the other day. You can go and look for you guys at Instagram. People started doing content as professionals, and now they've become authority figures in whichever field they are. So my ombilangu is that I can talk to someone who thinks, if I can do content for my business, for my profession, I can make it. Not you can make it, you will make it. You just need to shoot it consistently. You just need to start with the first video. And everything else kutoka. I can definitely tell you for anyone who makes content consistently, even if it is bad, people will view that content, people will interact with you. And for so many businesses of you guys who are watching, content, you need your content to be on the digital platform. You need to start making content. And you do not start perfectly. You start by making mistakes, you start by making the first video. 30 videos, 50 videos from now, quality yako improve. Yes. That's I'm so used to talking to someone in person. I hope I'm not veered off. I know.
You're doing well, Gideon. You're doing well, and I really, you know, it's so impressive that you are actually telling us right now you are using different gadgets to just join in this. You know, for us to realize that, you know, even doing your shoot, you also don't need to be so fancy. Yeah, so maybe you can show us what are the basic things that you're using over there. Like, just how do they look like? What is the logic behind them? I know this will be a bit disorienting, but we'll just love to know. So like I can see the lapel over there. Yes. Yeah, like you're using your headphones as well. And of course, we can hear you well, we can see you well. And you're using your phone.
Yes. So what let me just remove this so they can see my ring lights.
Yeah, that will be helpful.
All right, guys. So as you can see, I'm using a ring light for the lighting. It's a bit dark. James, you can put it back.
How much is that? We want to start. Tunataka kuanza kufanya hesabu.
Haya, business people, if you have a pen and paper, write it down somewhere, right? I want you to write SAL. SAL, stability, audio, and lighting. So those are the basics of any content creation. Are we together on that? Number one, if you don't have anything, please get a tripod. This is a very small tripod. It goes for 1,000. There are some better than this, but this is a basic one, right? So there is a mini tripod and a long tripod. So a long tripod, mpaka juu. You need that because when you're shooting without anyone holding your phone, as most of you are entrepreneurs, you don't have a staff yet, let's be honest. You need a long tripod. Something like
we are solopreneurs.
Like this. Yes, solopreneurs. You need a long tripod and a short tripod. Are we together on that point? So a short mini tripod is very portable and means nezaenda ni shoot content una nayo. You have seen those influencers, hi guys, my name is Nene, and you're wondering what they're holding a mini tripod. My name is na. You know Kenyans come with those funny whatever. So these, you need this and a long tripod. So if budget is an issue, ask yourself, if I need a tripod, do I need something that is very portable or somewhere I can just place my phone and talk like you right now? You're not moving along, so I'd guess you need a long tripod. If you're moving a lot, you need a mini tripod because it is portable. you can move around with it from one point to the other. However, even the mini tripod, you can place it on a table as I am right now. That makes sense? Right? Secondly, guys, audio. If I cannot hear you, I don't care how well your content is, I'm not listening. I hope you guys are hearing me clearly.
Yeah.
Perhaps you can hear me clearly, right? It's because I'm wearing something that it's called a tribe. It's called a lapel. A lapel. So a lapel, you fix it from on your collar, and then it goes to the phone, directly to the phone. That makes sense. From some other people, they decide to choose something that is called a shotgun. So what a shotgun does, it is very mobile. James, can I get a shotgun somewhere? Before James gives me a shotgun. So you can either choose a lapel or a shotgun. But for most people, a lapel is what you need to start off with. If budget is not an issue, then you can choose a lapel and a shotgun. A shotgun, you use it because you're mobile. Look, if you've seen something that looks like this. Give me another one, James. As James. So I'll show you what a lapel, shotgun might look like. Yes, give me that, James. So if you are doing content outside, perhaps unaona watu wana kamera na kuanga na vitu kama hizi. Isn't something like this?
Oh yeah.
So this is the reason why they use
a cut or a what?
It's called a dead cut. And you use it outside because when there's wind outside, nakatauka sound unasikianga kwa content zatu. So you can hear someone like when you're in coast, they need this because of that wind. However, it's mainly used outside. If you're inside a building that is controlled like I am, a lapel is the way to go. That's very clear? So a lapel when you're inside the house or in a controlled environment, a shotgun when you're outside. So if budget is an issue as well, Julie, the content yangu sana sana, am I shooting it inside the house or outside? If it's inside the house, you need a lapel. If it's outside, you need a shotgun. That makes sense? I am lighting. And I know this one is for so many ladies, so that's watu waone vizuri. Lighting, a ring light. Everyone who does content, whether you're inside the house or outside, you need a ring light. Why? A ring light makes your video look professional. It is not a must as you start, but it makes it look professional. Let me show you something very neat. As I'm changing the lighting of this setting, you can see whether I can change it from a warm light. You can see that? You can see a bit of a change? Or that. So that is the power of a light stand. If I switch it off completely, you can see it inakaa hivyo. But if I put a bit of the lighting, if I was doing makeup, ungeiona vizuri. So I tell lighting, there are two categories of lights. Ring lights, for guys who are listening. I actually had a couple of questions today. What wakisema address? Two types of ring lights. The 10-inch and the 12-inch is for basic vlogging, like you're doing their parts. Basic vlogging, Zoom, that sort of of content where it's not necessary that you need the biggest lights, but enough for people to see you clearly and for, see ile kubwa sana. 14, 18, and 22 inches. And that when I say inches, it is the size of the ring light. They are usually used for professionals who, how something looks like is more important than what they're going to talk about. Let me give you an example. Makeup. When like Rose Ntongondo is talking about makeup, there's no way if it doesn't look very good because the lighting is poor, they are going to tell a client, come and buy this sort of makeup. Does that make sense? Food. People are doing food. You need the biggest professional ring light you can get. Guys are doing bakery, guys are doing content, which how it looks is more important than what you're going to be talking about it. And I cannot see it. I've got to see it, so I'm like, this food looks really good, or the makeup is really nice. That's the part of lighting. So as I was saying, SAL, stability, tripods, audio, lighting. Paps, with those three key elements, anyone can start creating content. In fact, you can even start without even them and then purchase them as you start off, so that not having those equipment does not become the excuse of not making content. Are we together on that? There are other accessories. There are lenses, gimbals. But if you don't understand the basic, there's not even need of telling you what a lens or what a gimbal will do, because that won't help if you are not started off. Yes.
The first time I heard about gimbal and just mastered that word, I felt so cool. I don't even remember what it is right now. Yeah, but let me just ask this on behalf of, I'm asking for a neighbor. If you want to buy a basic set of things that you can start blogging with, you know, that like the ones you've mentioned, what is the shoestring budget? And especially if you're going to get a special offer for women in business, now, what is the basic, like the sets? How much will it cost for me to get a very, very basic set? Like in terms of the bare minimums, just take off.
If you want the bare minimum, I can actually tell you, if I start with, again, SAL, tripods like this one, Paps, this goes for 1,000. Are we together? A long tripod starts from 2,500. Are we together? Lighting, basically lighting starts from 3,500 currently.
That is the ring light.
Yes, the 3,500, 4,500, and the bigger which are the pros usually start from 8,000, 14,000, and going upwards. For most people, I figure out the basic, the 10 or the 12-inch is enough for what you're doing. Lapels start from 1,000. So what am I saying? For some of you, if you have 5,000, 6,000, you can be able to come and get everything: a lapel, a tripod, and a ring light. Are we together on that point? But depending kulingana na pale mfuko ya mtu inafika, inaweza mpaka 10K. For 10K, you get almost everything that you need to start off. 10K package, but you have as low as 6,500 as well. And that's what you need actually to start making your content. So watu wakianza machama, kujeni muzichange muziletu tuko.
Yeah, thank you, Gideon. That is helpful.
Call us if you need more consultation. For some of you, you know what you have could be varying. It's varying different content creation. So call us so that you can at least make sure you're getting the correct product, and you'll be able to get you on that. Yes.
That is so helpful, Gideon. And I don't know, ladies, I've seen some.
Sorry, just to cut you off. James also telling me kindly something that you also do training on people who want to shoot and create content on phones. If you are the sort of people who unajua umejaribu kushoot na umeshindwa kabisa, like you've tried, you've done all the tutorials you've done, you're not getting anywhere, we train people on how to shoot and edit and publish on your phone. So you don't want you to go and get a laptop or a machine or a whatever, just on your phone. For those who would be interested, training to do that, we also do those services. Thank you so much.
That is so helpful, Gideon. Yeah, and I'm sure we'll all, most of us will be reaching out. I think from that time that I went to CDI, first of all, I was just going to check out a shop, and then I found they even had a place that you can set up. And you guys still hire a studio, like you can set up and just do your convo. And I just wanted to do something before 2020. I was just calling it, 20 things about my life before, like the journey to the 20, like the past decade, like 10 years of my life, what has been happening. And I think it was so interesting. I think it's somewhere on my YouTube channel. And after that, I've done videos for myself, from my dim lit house. Of course, nilieka tu nini simu hapa karibu, so the sound was not so bad. And I put them on YouTube, and it's been encouraging because sometimes you get inspiration when, you don't have cameras and studio there. And sometimes you can get those moments where you're feeling so inspired and you need to capture that then. Hapo ndio una feel uko na energy na hiyo anointing to speak about that topic. And for me, I think it really helped to just push myself and do that. Of course, I've backslidden and fallen off the wagon, but still keeping going and keeping strong. And I'm glad that at least I've been able to invest in 1, 2, 3. By there, I got this light. Let me just show you mine. It's actually clipped. Now, the problem is that now with the light going off, you can clip it, the table.
Yes.
And then it looks like this. Like, it's a very simple light. A friend of mine, like, she's actually my neighbor. The husband works in UAE, brought me this.
Yeah.
Like, it's a very low cost thing. And I'm so happy to hear, Gideon, those things were an arm and a leg the last time I was there. I'm so glad to hear that, nowadays they are more affordable. Yeah, so ladies,
Yes.
let's tell our stories. There are those beautiful stories that only you can tell about your life and your business, because even your life, in terms of just sharing your journey, like, one of the things that impressed me the most about Rose is her story. We usually see people up there, but we don't know the progression of the journey they came to, in terms of getting to where they are. And I know there are so many amazing stories that you guys can tell besides what you do. Just tell about your life and give someone else hope. They may never be your client, but you'll inspire them to also start lighting their candles and doing something in their lives. And thanks, Gideon, for being that guy who is inspiring us and encouraging us to tell our stories, because that is the best thing we can do. You leave a legacy, which will be your story as well. One day people will tell stories about your story, and your story is also being retold in many different places. And I'm so glad that, I just got courage to tell my stories. But then I'm also like Gideon. I love talking to people. I can speak in a conference of 1,000 people, but when it comes to talking to a screen, I actually feel a bit dumb. And I don't know whether there's someone else who's like that, hi guys, and I'm starting to imagine that I'm this influencer. But we're going to go at it, because the way Gideon is saying, the more you do it, the better you become at it. Sometimes I still feel awkward. Yeah, but right now I'm now working towards a strategy. And like I told you, I'll be sharing probably tomorrow and the day after in terms of what I'm learning or what I've learned. I'm not yet there, by the way, but only for you and their students. I'm also trying to get a hang of it, and we are in this together. So I think there were a few questions that were asked here. Maybe I'll allow you guys to tackle them. Let me just look. Oh, I've closed the chat. Let me scroll down. Of course, there's someone who had a problem with their audio. I don't know whether they were able to sort it out. Just having a conversation. There's someone in London. She said she's learning a lot. Yeah, from you guys. She's been such a big consumer, and so needs to change her approach in creating more content and become a more producer. Asanteni sana, stability, audio, light, and consistency. Yeah, that's very encouraging. Elizabeth, this is Councillor Elizabeth, and Rose will still want to know, like, what inspires you to be consistent, because like you're very consistent on your page. Like whenever I go to your page, there's new content. You're always posting. Like, where do you get that psych every time? Some of us struggle with the psych. Sometimes we even have the psych and don't have content. I think I felt like that sometimes. So maybe you can also share, like, how do you get it? And one of the things I've also realized about her, she's very empowering. She allows other people to come and share her platform. Probably her students, they also do lives on her page. Yeah, so probably what is your model in terms of model, especially in content creation? And do you have these gadgets that Gideon is talking about, or do you just use phones? Are you guys all tech? Maybe you have a whole media house over there that we don't know. How do you?
So for me, by the way, so number one, I believe in being consistent. So like doing it every day. I don't like people forgetting who I am or what I do. So I keep doing it every day. In terms of gadgets, I have 3 phones just meant for shooting. One is for selfies. I have another one for videos whenever I'm not able to use my camera. So I invested in a Canon G7X camera, which is really nice, but I use it for like YouTube videos. I'm not very big on YouTube. I'm still working on it, but I love creating content for Facebook and Instagram. So it's when you know what's driving you, when you know like where you need to get, when you have an issue, utatafuta solution, and that will keep you going. That will keep you posting every day. So for me, I have so many products that I do in terms of the things that the services and the products that we sell at Makeup by Rose. So I need to showcase all of them. At times inakuanga pressure sana, especially ikifika saa 8 alafu sija post about training, and then like my people are on my case. Rose, now you've been talking only about powder brows, so it's all about planning. It's all about knowing like how to go about your business. So for me, I think it's from the things that I've been doing over the years, like the past 7 years, I've been very I've been planning my things every day. Like every day, what I do on social media every time when I wake up in the morning, I have a notebook that I write from morning till 6 p.m. what I'm going to do. Like even posting, I have a list of what I'm going to post, what I'm going to say. So I normally plan that like a day ahead. So it's all about, I want when people look at my page for people to actually like what they see. I want to be original. Sitaki kushinda repeat. Like even when we do, I'm sure you've seen our lives, like when we do it, the reason why I let my staff do it, because if I don't do that, if people only know about Rose, people will never let my people touch them. Like clients will never let my people touch them. Like Kiambu, when I started, everyone would come and they'd be like, kama si Rose ananifanyia your makeup, wacha ikae. So I've gotten to a point where I was just creating that respect and trust for my people, for my staff, and I think it's working. So being social media is what I would say is social media is key. Social media is gold. If you know how to work social media, if you know how to work Facebook and Instagram, because those are the main social media platforms, you will go very far. Facebook grew my company tenfold. It actually changed my company. So if you know how to work it, and I love learning new things. So I keep following these people like from the States and people who've made it in makeupreneurs, beautypreneurs, and see how they do it and learn, I think, from too. Sometimes I use Facebook to learn. And I love reading what other entrepreneurs write and the challenges. And when they give tips, I take them. And you will find that right now, for us, 100%, let me say 99.9% of the business that we get is from social media. So social media is gold. You actually need to learn how to work it.
Very encouraging, and the fact that Rose has also consistency. Maybe next time we shall be doing branding. That is next month, and I think we'll still invite this guy as panelists on that. Yeah, because I know that even in content you need to have like a calendar. You need to have a schedule. Of course, I'll share the technical part in terms of just information. That is not technical. That is the soft part in terms of the head knowledge. And then the next time we shall be doing branding. That is in June. We shall just be doing it. How can you brand yourself online? And I know these are some of the things we must learn, because these guys are building brands and they're also helping brands build brands. Because like Rose said, she's also mentored people who are successful business people. So it will be a spillover of that. You have to just look at branding, and in terms of some of the tricks we can learn in terms of how to build your brand online, even consistency, because if you don't have a schedule and a calendar, then we drop off the bandwagon every now and then. So we are over time. It's already 7:30. We had promised you 6 to 7:30. I hope tomorrow you will check in early so that I can just start having this conversation early enough. And Rose, we really, really celebrate you. We thank God for your life and for your resilience, and the fact that your story is so inspiring, and the fact that you're making other women feel confident. Because when they feel confident, they perform higher. They're able to give more output to their families, to their work, to their businesses, and they feel good about themselves. Yours is not just about the face, but also the attitude and the heart. And that is very inspiring, especially for me, because my work is confidence coaching, and I know how we look and how we feel about ourselves plays a very big part in that. And Gideon, thanks for your time. Yeah, you're an amazing person. The revolution right now, we are going to the gadgets. We are living in the gadgets world, including our children and everyone. And so this is actually it's a future skill that we are learning. Yeah, because I mean, for you to be online, that is the only way our businesses are going to survive in the next decade or so. And if we're going to build a legacy, then we need to get ahead of this. And so we really, really appreciate your time, your expertise, your brilliance. And tomorrow we shall be having a coach who shall also be teaching us about transition, because sometimes transition is scary. Even for me to transition, to start just seeing myself online, and maybe your neighbors and relatives are wondering, kwani umekuwa celeb juzi na tunakujua, we know you here with matuta, tumekuona ukiwa na matuta, so umeanza kuwa influencer. Sometimes we also fear what people will say, and that is what keeps us off. Yeah. Just keeps you offline, because you're just thinking like, how do I just change overnight? Yeah, by the way, there's a recording for today. You'll go to Reconfidence with Paps, which is my YouTube channel. Reconfidence with Paps. Yeah, we are actually streaming live there. So you will get it there. And of course, leave us your email address. We'll also throw the link in so that you don't have to struggle looking for it. I'm going to share the links again. We had shared the links for Rose's website and Gideon's website, and Coach Buyanzi, who shall be here tomorrow. just to take us through the transition, because like I was saying, transition can be challenging. Yeah, we shall be sharing all this information so that you guys can, can just keep tabs of these conversations and do something. By the way, we are really challenging ourselves. The way Gideon is saying, go and do that video in the darkness, ukiwa na matuta if possible, so that you don't just stress yourself and you need to do your bros right. By the way, Rose, I hope my bros are making it. Taka ni kusurvive nazo. Yeah, I've done them for 20 minutes and they are still not, all those dramas. So we need to come for your classes as well. And by the way, her classes are very affordable. How much is it again to just learn how to do your own makeup?
We actually even have 2 hours for 2.5.
Imagine, like 2 hours for 2.5.
It's one-on-one. We take you through like from basic skincare to product knowledge. So before you even start doing your makeup or your brows, you need to understand the product. So we teach you a lot. And we can make them depending on what you need.
Mm-hmm. Someone is saying to share the and of course, when you think about it, if someone comes for those 2.5 hours, how good will they be? Like how so now do I need to come for 2 hours and 2 hours and 2 hours, or will I come for 2 hours once and then I'm good to go?
So now the reason why we have 2 hours, we have 4 hours, we have 14 hours. So we give, kila mtu akona uwezo wake. So someone might come and say, I don't have the 5K. So they have the option of the 2.5. So if you do the 2.5 and you feel like you need more, you can always add more. But we like to give people options. That way we don't lock other people out.
Awesome. That is so helpful, Rose. Yeah. So we really appreciate you. Thanks for coming to inspire us. This is platform for women in business. They are WIB, and if you go to Women in Business Kenya, just Google them, you will see all the amazing things that women in business do. Like you need to also belong to a community, especially as a woman, whether you're a professional, because like we were saying, even a professional person needs to know how they can make the most out of them. How can you make yourself indispensable where you are working? By really investing in yourself, and you become an asset. You become an entrepreneur, like they need you. And I think especially with COVID right now, the people who are essential service to their companies are the ones who survived, even the downsizing in our companies. Yeah, and of course we shall be having conversations, because like personally, I am employed and I'm still an entrepreneur. So I live on both ledges. Yeah, and let's have conversations. Please reach out to us as well, Women in Business, so that you can just get connected to the network of community, a community of other women that can inspire you and encourage you and of course mentor you. Yeah, I also run a platform called Woman Arise. That is my outfit. I'm a life coach, I'm a psychologist, and also say I'm a human potential expert. I just want to see people at their best. So let's also connect so that we can just keep on growing each other, inspiring each other. I know we can learn a lot from one another. I asked you guys to share your profile. If you did not manage to do that today, you can still do that tomorrow. Just let us know what you do, what your business is all about, where can we find you. Let's follow each other. Let's like each other. Let's just start the good vibes here. That is how we support each other and just uplift each other. We don't become like those women that Rose was saying, who are just shooting you down and making you feel like nobody and nothing. You are a brand by yourself. Like Gideon said, start telling your stories and you never know where you will end. And so we celebrate each one of you. Thanks for coming to hang out with us. Let's meet again tomorrow, 6 to 7:30, and just have another amazing batch of conversation with Coach Buyanzi and of course these guys as well. Yeah, God bless you so much and have a very, 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 very good night. And then we see you tomorrow. We are meeting Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, every month. So we'll share the other details next time. Thank you guys. God bless you, Gideon. Let me say Alice, Joki, Andrew, and Lady, Casti, Christine, Citras, Chancellor Elizabeth Kangete, Cynthia Mutinda, Cynthia Waithira, and Dennis Ibenji, and Denison. And let me acknowledge all of you. You guys are super special. Edna, Hariet, James Njoke, Jen Kimani, Jocelyn, Joyce Maina, Leah of FX Bakers, and Linda Gicheru, and Michael McKenna, and Nafilka Natuma Salamu. They used to send greetings already. And Pauline, Wairimo, and Rachel, and Shalaka, and Susan Kerrie, Wairimo, Njoroge Wanja. Really, really celebrate you. Thanks for coming to hang out with us. We really thank God for your life and for your business and for your hustle. And may God just keep on expanding you. See you tomorrow, same time on the same link. Yeah, and have a very, very blessed night. Bye. Yeah, someone is asking about a song because last time tuliwekea kawimbo. I think leo tumtaenda mkapike Juni Monday, and then tomorrow we will sing again. Yeah, we usually sing in our meetings of WIB. All right, bye guys. Good night. God bless you. So good to see you all. Yeah, I'll share the recording, I promise. Yeah, you'll have these recordings. I think the ones who've shared their email here, I'll throw it out today. Jen will send it to you. And then the rest, we will get all of them. We'll keep on recording every day and then you can get them together. Bye. Your YouTube, please. I'd already posted my YouTube. My YouTube channel is Reconfidence with Paps. If you check the chat, I just wrote the name of the channel, Reconfidence with Paps. Yeah, PAPS. Reconfidence.